Is it going? I think it's going. Can everyone hear me?
Is anybody there?
No one's here yet.
That's because you just popped.
I did just pop. I gotta put this microphone right here. I don't know if that's good or bad. Alright. I'm gonna post the link so people can find me and they know what I'm doing because I just announced it. Well, they know what I'm doing because I just announced it. They need to know how to get to the here and now. Twitter. Wait. Where is that tweet I just did? Here it is. I'm doing the thing here and now. Noodle feet. Brain. EagleCAD. Let's just get hashtag everything. Mark, say hi.
Hi.
Alright. Wait. I'm doing the thing here and now. Okay, everything's spelled correct. Tweet. I just twitted. Okay. Okay. Hi everybody. This is Sarah, and it is it's Saturday night, and it's date night, and me and Mark, when we don't go out and do normal date things, which is
we make computers.
We never do. We make PCBs together, and we sit and have a beer, and I don't know, Mark sometimes helps me design boards so that they aren't crappy or wrong or unworking or just sort of, I don't know, wiggle traces on a piece of board. I just finished, not really finished, but I reassembled Noodle today, and it got me thinking that there's a slight chance that if I get my act together, I might be able to get the brain ready and sent to Fab and back before SuperCon, maybe. Which means that Noodle could potentially come with in his brand spanking new form, which is very exciting. Will he be walking yet? No, of course not. He's not ready to walk, but he'll be in the new, I don't know, he'll have hatched from his chrysalis and be ready to emerge a post-pubescent robot, I guess. Does that sound about good?
Sure.
I have another chair next to me that is ready for Mark when he's ready. He's currently doing some research on a connector that he's going to need to design from scratch, which this is an opportunity for you to stream that on your channel.
Well, maybe tomorrow. We'll do that. We'll just do that as a stream.
So, Mark has to make from scratch a custom connector for the Jetson module, which we might unbox tonight, potentially. That I'm using kind of as a gland or a lobe for this version of Noodle's brain, because he will be capable of seeing and recognizing things as sort of a default mode. It won't just be this feature that's tacked onto him for the sake of exhibition like it was last year. It's just going to be, if Noodle's on, then he is alert and awake and conscious and looking and making decisions and seeing things, which is exciting. We don't have the connector right now, so Mark, he will have to design it from scratch. It probably won't happen tonight. So what is going to happen tonight is I'm going to define what this new brain of Noodles will include. I'm going to hopefully finish the schematic in its entirety, which is kind of the boring part of any board layout. You have to kind of just make sure you got all your pieces and bits and stuff mapped out, all happy-like, and then I might, towards the end, jump over to the board mode in Eagle and start laying out all of the components in the brain footprint. Brain foot. Yeah? And, yes, I think I will start potentially routing it, I think. The other connector that I'm going to need that Mark is either going to make or acquire for me right now, I'm looking at him right now, is the connector for the new motor that I'm using for Noodle's body. And it has these fancy cords that come out of it. And there's like this Molex connector. It's a Molex connector, right?
What?
For the motor?
Yes, it's a Molex box. Spax.
I don't know. It's
a 3-pin particular Molex cable.
It's a thing. I need it.
Bang. Do you need that now?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna give you this box. Let's see. Let's save this. Export for Eagle.
I'm gonna draw a rope. And I have my tablet out. I'm ready to draw. Here, before I draw though, I'm gonna show you the legs. One of the legs that I finished assembling today because I'm super proud of them. He doesn't have the noodle meat on his legs yet, because I have to figure out a new toe meat to cap off the noodles, which is gonna take a little bit of time. I ordered some foam sponge balls, red sponge balls, which I'm hoping they're not actually clown nose balls.
Should I share this in AirDrop? Is that gonna work?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know. Take that.
Okay, taken. And yes, Mark will be joining me when he feels he's ready.
Do more research here.
Okay, I'm gonna get that leg. How are you guys doing? Hey, hi Death Shaker, hi Custom Creations, hi Micus, hi Dilamations. Sorry, I'm bad at reading small text. Thick Clouds. Hamzoe, how are you doing? How are you guys? How's your Saturday and or Sunday? Whichever it happens to be where you are at. Our night's doing good. I just ate dinner and I have a beer. So cheers. I'm gonna drink this. And Mark's gonna help me in a second. Like when he's ready, he's gonna come over here and sit next to me and I'm gonna do a schematic. Alright, leg. Tasty. Leg. Should get the toe. So, the toe part that I'm not using. When I got back from ours, I quickly cast a bunch of these silicone balls for the end of Noodle's noodle legs, and they're really nice because they're like super squishy and soft, and they kind of conform and stick to the surface that he would be standing on. But the problem with this is that they're unfortunately incredibly heavy. I mean, it's just pretty much like a solid block of silicone, and this is like the size of a softball, so I mean, I knew that they were gonna have some heft to them. I thought these motors were going to have enough torque to lift the leg with this much weight, but it doesn't. And even with the spring on the heel that's supposed to kind of help counteract the weight that the foot is lifting, it still can't really bear the load. So I'm gonna have to ditch the silicone toe, at least this silicone toe, and switch to something else. Let me put this in a safe place. Don't want it to get dirty. Noodle says it's no good to have dirty feet. Right, Mark?
Yes.
And then this is the new leg. So I'm pretty damn sure this is gonna work. I'm not positive, I'm not gonna like guarantee it, but this is the thing that I went and made roughly 3 of. It's gonna sit about there. Not 3, but 4 of. I had a test leg and then I finished creating the other 3. So he has a full set of these with this mechanism right here. It has a rack and pinion right here that kicks the noodle foot out like this, and then it's got the old tendon that does the lifting right there. And the only difference from the original body to this one is that the motor is located down in the crossbar. I would say this is his thigh. The motor is located down in the thigh rather than up here, kind of at his neck, like his old body had. His old body is currently touring Europe. So it's still getting use, it's getting seen, and people are able to interact and, I don't know, bear witness to Noodle's greatness, but I'm not going to see it for a while. But this is going to be the new dev body in the meantime. And yeah, the toe will hold the Noodle flesh onto the shin bone, but I don't have that yet. Hopefully my clown nose foam sponge circles come in soon in the mail, and then I can cap these bad boys off, and then he'll be ready to start doing some stomping. And then, yeah, the cable I was talking about, that's this guy. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a Molex, right, Mark?
What?
Molex?
That's Molex.
Okay.
Spox.
It's a Spox. Molex connector. Spox. Molex connector. Okay. I think I shocked myself. Don't fry the leg. Okay, I'm gonna put this back. No leg frying, not chicken. Okay. So everybody, I'm going to draw a tiny bit. So I'm gonna switch the desktop view. There we go. We're not doing laptop. We're doing the Logitech. There we go. There I am. Oh, I actually have to fix that a little bit. Because Mark's gonna be here too. There we go. Okay, so I need this full thing, and it's probably gonna need to be a little bit smaller than that. Huh. Okay. Such as it is. I gotta go over here. Alright, so there's nothing there yet. That's bad. Did that not get saved? I think it didn't get saved. That's bad. I'm not gonna worry about that yet, although I probably should be, because this shouldn't be blank. But this is the shape of the brain. Alright, let's doodle. We'll troubleshoot that in a second. Nothing like the here and now to have something go wrong. There we go. Alright, so here's the current thing that I'm using to draw stuff. So as you just saw, there's this noodle brain shape. I'll just say it looks like this. It kind of looks like a cloud, probably for reasons. And there's going to be some mounting holes here at the bottom. And I'll use, I don't know. I'll just keep using black. Nothing wrong with that. So there's going to be a processor somewhere, probably in the middle. Up here at the top someplace, there's a large Jetson bank or something, or Jetson connector that is part of this module. It's by NVIDIA, right?
NVIDIA. Yes.
NVIDIA? NVIDIA?
It's not something you buy at Ulta.
NVIDIA?
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. There's this, where's my stylus? There's a connector that has like a bunch of pins, and Mark's gonna have to, as I mentioned earlier, he's gonna have to design it so that I can use it, the footprint for it, that is, and that is going to go to the Jetson, and the Jetson module is going to be responsible for the machine learning image recognition feature of Noodle's noodly capacity. So there's a bunch of other things that are going to go on this brain board as well. Traditionally, the brain bubble board is mostly responsible for motor control. So down here at the bottom, there's going to be at least 4 of these rectangular Molex connectors, and I'll just times 4. There you go. For the motors. And they might be in the center, I don't know. I'm assuming that in addition to motor controllers, I'm also going to have something for his eyes. And by eyes, I mean the light eyes, which are his emote eyes. There's probably going to be a thing for his beeper. Beep. Beep voice. And then there's probably going to be a power connector so that he can get some food, and then I don't know, maybe something else that I'm not thinking of right now. But at the very least, there's going to be voice, eyes, motors, because I can connect a bunch of these things serially together. They can share one pin. I don't have to have... How many motors do you have now? 12? Yes, he has 12 motors for his legs instead of just 8. So instead of having 12 connectors stacked, one for each motor, they can all share just a couple of pins, which is cool. There's going to need to be a connector pinhole out thing for the accelerometer. I'm gonna say like acceleromin, but I'll just put Excel. There's going to need to be a AVR programming header. Yeah. AVR. There's going to need to be... what else am I not thinking of? Let's look at the old brain.
Power connector.
I got it.
I think you're gonna do 4 leg connectors.
Got it. Reset. Optical. Oh yeah, there's like the I squared C. Am I gonna use I squared C?
I don't think you are.
Didn't I use that for something? It says optical.
Optical. Oh, the color sensor? Light sensor? What did we use?
I don't know. I don't know why that's there. It's there.
I thought you were using a color sensor.
No, that was for the this is the brain.
Optical. I can't remember what you were going to use that for. It was probably an I squared C. You could probably pin the I squared C out just so you have it.
Reset.
Alright, we'll start with this, I think.
That board that you gave me to use as a starting point,
Right.
it like didn't save and now it's gone and I don't know where it went.
No. Start over.
Okay. Fun. I don't know. That seems like mostly what's on here. I'm gonna leave this here for Mark to look at, and I'm gonna actually... No. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to me, so you guys can look at me. I have to mute somebody already? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go and see if I can sort out the board thing that just happened. Because there's supposed to be more on it than there is, and there is not, and I'm gonna try and get to the bottom of that. Oh, hi Mortal X. Hi Dave. Is there enough power on a single connector for a string of serially connected motors, or will they need separate power? There's going to be 4 pins used. I think they will have enough. Mark, do you know?
What?
Will there be enough power for a
what?
bunch of serial connected motors to food all of them?
What do you mean is there going to be enough power?
Somebody asked if there will be enough power.
Well, the power's going to come from somewhere, not Noodle. So there's going to have to be. I don't know if the motors. The motors probably take a couple of amps instantaneous.
Gotcha.
If he's moving all his legs at once, we'll probably shoot for 8 or 10 amps. Connector space sizes. We'll put a beefy connector on there.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna actually be surfing through my desktop right now for a second, trying to figure out why that happened, because it should not have happened that way. Okay, so okay, I found it. It was someplace else. Here we go. Alright, everybody, this is what you should have been seeing. Haha. And there's actually somewhat of a schematic already pieced out. This is, Mark had a board that he designed for another project that was kind of already a base. It had a bunch of the same stuff that I need for Noodle's brain. It's sort of like a default. And he passed that on to me, so this is actually part of one of Mark's schematics that I gutted. There is probably a zillion more things associated with this, and I deleted probably like 70% of that crap. I don't know what Mark was using it for, but I don't need it for Noodle's brain. But here's a bank of LEDs here at the bottom. I have no idea what any of this other stuff is. There's like a USB connector here. I'm guessing I'm gonna be using it, yeah? So I guess I can go over to my brain and say one of these extra connectors. Oh.
Take that.
Thank you.
Add it to your thing.
This is like a USB? Yeah? Okay, I took it. Are you gonna come sit with me?
I guess.
Is it time? Okay, I'm gonna, here. Date night, everybody!
Oh god.
Oh man.
Can I take a painkiller or something?
Yeah, you can take a painkiller.
Oh,
You're drinking.
My back hurts.
You're drinking booze though, so you should.
I've been renovating the bedroom, so I spent all afternoon on my knees installing electrical outlets on the wall.
Come get close. Scoot.
I can't move.
Don't break the chair.
We can tighten these up. Oh shit. Let me see if I can fix this.
What?
No, this is too wobbly. It'll just break.
I break all the chairs.
I'll pull a Taylor.
No. This is the channel that did the arousal bodysuit. Yes.
Oh my.
Ah, okay, yes. Yes, Bolter, this is the same channel. I work on other stuff other than the arousal
That's right, this uses a special
thing. Which is that thing. Partially that thing. Noodle's my other project. One of my other projects. I guess. I feel weird calling him a project though, since he's kind of like my kid. It's my beep boo. It's super romantic. I mean, yeah. I said it's a date night. They said we know it's dimly lit and romantic. We've got the blue lights. This is actually just kind of how it looks in here.
That's how Noodle was conceived.
Every night. Every night it's like this in here, and then Mark goes to bed at some point, and I stay up and draw until like 2 in the morning and stuff. He's been doing renovation forever. All right, I'm gonna drop those things that he sent me into the that's for the libraries folder, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll keep updating that.
Okay.
As I fix it.
Okay, so Autodesk Eagle Library. Okay, so one of these was called Noodle, and the other one was. You sent me this same thing twice?
Yeah, just use the last one I sent you.
Oh.
Because the other one, I added the Jetson connector. I found it on the people who make the connector. They have a 3D model and everything already. Oh god.
Okay, that's in. Alright, everybody. Mark's alive. He fixed the chair that I probably broke from violently, like thrashing in it.
It's a special bit. I might actually have one over there, but I'll tighten up all the chairs tomorrow.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy date night. Mark's just like, fuck my life.
Fuck me. Yeah.
Alright, Mark, let me show you what I drew for them.
See, I could be on my computer looking at Pornhub while we talk.
No. Here, look. Okay, so this is the brain.
Yeah?
So I'm guessing the big bougie connector.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
So...
this thing, the Jetson module connector, where is my stylus? Okay. This is either gonna go there or like here.
It takes
at
up
the
the
bottom.
entire middle. Well, when the card is plugged
Yes.
in, it takes up the entire middle of that board. So you can't have any really connectors
So this
or
is,
buttons there.
these are teeth.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
So do you have your Eagle up and running?
I do.
Because it's in the library now,
Teeth.
so we can guesstimate.
How big
what-
it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just throw it in there. It's not hooked up to anything. But it'll give you a
Okay.
an idea.
Where is this? Where is my
Uh,
Okay. So okay, no. Obey.
all right.
Alright, so I'm going
So-
to add a part. And it's Noodle.
2019.
Noodle spawn no. Noodle.
I think it's a restart Eagle for it to pick if you put it in the libraries.
Can I do it
So
a different
just
way?
save and restart Eagle.
I don't want to do that. Is there any way
It's
to load
not.
it?
No. Just no. It's Eagle. There.
That's not.
Just take Eagle and search or something. There. Okay. Now add component.
Right. Noodle. It's still not there.
What? Did you put it in your library?
Uh-huh. Isn't there some other way to load it? I know there's some other way. We've done it in the past.
I think browse to it. Oh, look in the master. Cancel this. So look in your master window. And then go into libraries there. And then scroll. I think because you're not using it. Click the green button on the right column there. There. Now it will. Okay. Open that up and just say add. Do the Jetson module and just click add. Right click.
Oh
Or
god.
it's 2 of those, so you might have to
I have to do 2?
You might need a second page. Can you do 2 pages? Or just one giant schematic?
I don't know.
Zoom out.
Oh my god, I have to
It's
do 2
2.
of these?
Yes, it's 260 pin connector.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's massive. Good luck with that. All right, so there. That's good.
Okay.
Right, escape,
Really?
cancel. All right, So now,
Are you sure I have to?
I'm not shitting you. It's a 260 pin connector. It's a small module, but the connector has a lot of freaking pins on it.
Where is this shit?
There. So now position that on the brain. In that little plus in the middle. There you go.
Why is it just one when the connector's two?
It's two halves. There's half and half. Do you see the gap in there?
But then why is... I don't... No, I'm confused because...
There's a gap in the middle. That's the one and the other. They just split the pins because it otherwise wouldn't fit on the schematic page. You can split a connector into two things. So
this is the one. Okay.
There's
okay.
half and half. Whatever. I don't know what pinout is.
Oh my god.
So, and then the module snaps in and it hangs out like by that much. So it looks like a business card. So that's what you're dealing. That's why I was warning you ahead of time. Yeah, Noodle's got a fat little brain. And you could put stuff underneath it, right?
Uh-huh.
But where the outline is, you need to avoid. So you're going to have to... I would probably flip it the other way. It'll be easier to insert.
So Disney.
Yeah? Flip it around, rotate it. There. Now, drop it down like a big smiley face. So you're going to put it, up above your connectors or whatever you have there. I think his brain's going to be, he's going to have a big head. That brain's not big enough, honey.
So Disney.
I think Noodle's brain shape is going to not be optimal anymore. Sorry, Noodle.
Noodle, your brain is so big.
We're probably only going to use a few of the pins. It's just that that's what it is. So, yeah, good luck with that. All right, so...
Do I have to solder each one of these pads?
Well, somebody will, yeah.
Do you have to solder each
we will
one of
probably attempt a paste mask and reflow. Because I don't want to...
Ooh.
I don't know how easy that would be to hand solder.
What am I doing with my life?
All right, so your option is to use the Jetson module with the card it comes with. Like, where's your box? Where's the box for that thing? Let's open it up.
It's over there someplace. It's in a yellow manila flope. Or no, it's... Wait, is it there?
Why?
It's there. Is it that? Okay. We're unboxing the new noodle gland. The noodle gland. Gland. Comes in a box. Nice.
Yeah. Okay,
so nice box.
So it comes. Can they see this? Flip to your camera. So there's the. It looks like that. I'm gonna open it up, but that's what it looks like. So the module is the little black cube on there without all those connectors, and then the motherboard or the daughter board or whatever they call it is the has the USB and HDMI connectors, which we don't necessarily want in our design. So it might be easier to just unsolder the silver connectors if we don't want to make our own board. But we like making our own board that's cloud shaped, or brain shaped. So that. Do you have a knife? Look at a blade.
There's one on there.
Here.
Where I was cutting up shit.
Underneath all this stuff.
Yes.
There's my file. Alright. All my tools are missing.
My computer looks like it's out of storage. It's actually not for the first time in a while, which is amazing.
All right.
And the desktop's cleaner than it's been in probably the last half of this year.
All right. It comes in a little black bag with a sticker on it. It says handle at a ESD approved workstation, which I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to ground myself on the computer.
Why does it have to be ESD approved? What's that mean?
Well, electronics are can be static sensitive. So there's the module. You can see. So it's got the USB connectors and HDMI connectors and a network connector. And then there's the module, which is the little black thing with the heatsink. So I guess when it's running, it can create some heat. So it needs a heatsink. But the actual module is, do you see it? So this is the connector. It's hard to see. So the connector, there's no focus on this. The connector is right behind those metal, the silver connectors down on the board, and it snaps in like a memory DIMM if you've ever upgraded your own laptop. And they are using an SO DIMM connector, but it's not the same pins, so you wouldn't be able to hook
So
up
this
memory,
is going in Noodle's
but-
head. This whole thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing's going in Noodle's head.
Can you fit it, Noodle? So we're trying to make a board that's about that size, that's brain shaped, and then
can
without
this
the
right-
big giant connectors because we don't need them.
Can this right angle connect to the brain?
The right angle?
Can
Well,
this,
that's
like-
what I found. That's the right angle connector that's in your schematic now.
Okay.
The thing you just dropped in is this black frame that this clicks into.
Wait, what?
So this module, this thing that has the heatsink on it, the part with the heatsink is its own module, and it clicks in to this plastic. So you see the pins right here? So it goes in and it goes click.
Okay, and which way does this stick up? Like if this is the ground, like,
so
how does this seat relative to the brain?
so this would plug into the brain we're making, this little module.
So does it go
So
like
that-
this?
Yeah.
Like a sandwich? Or does it go like this, like 90 degrees?
No. Your brain would be the thing you're holding, the brain board that we're making with the connector on it.
Okay, so I'm not using this.
Well, that's your choice. If you add another board onto it, you're just going to sandwich it with that. Because your electronics are way, way, way smaller than that. Or we could take these connectors out and just fit your board in that space. We could leverage the holes or something.
Do I not need... If I use this as is, do I not need to make a brain? Or do I not need to make a connector?
If you want
for
the
brain?
Arduino chip to control his motors and then talk to the brain, right? Like we were talking about, then you would make a little daughter card for that. Do you want to do that?
I don't know.
My proposal is, since you're not using USB and network and all that, we unsolder these connectors. They're just gone. And then we just use the I/O pins. We just piggyback on the pins we're going to use. It's kind of like a, the Raspberry Pi when you do little hats? Little Pi hats. What do you call them?
Yeah.
We'd be doing that. We'd be plugging into the connectors on this connector, the I/O pins here. We would make maybe an L-shaped board that would plug in and piggyback this board. Because you already have a power connector here.
So all the motor control would just be on a tumor board for
Yes,
this.
it would be a tumor onto that.
And it would connect to this?
Yes, it would.
This bus?
Yeah, there'd be a connector, and then we put our electronics here, and it would be an L-shaped board that just goes around that L. It was like...
Noodle.
That might be easier. I mean, then we don't have to go through that, because that 260-pin connector could be, if we wire it wrong, it could make it not work and delay our project and be a headache, right? And all we're really trying to do is reduce the size, and we're not going to reduce it much more than that. So what are you going to do? Cloud-shaped, no brain-shaped. I mean, guess Noodle could have a literal interpretation, head in the clouds. Cloud in the head. Yeah, that's true. Paulo Squalis. Is there anything else on the baseboard, or is it just a connector breakout? I have not found the schematics for it yet, but can I see that? But from what I'm seeing is it's 99% connector. What's underneath here? Maybe I'm looking now. There's stuff under here, but I don't think it's very complicated stuff. It's like EMI filters and stuff, but they pin out a camera connector. So there's what looks like a Raspberry Pi style camera connector, There's a I/O pins right here, just like a Raspberry Pi has. It's got that. So these are the ones I'm going to propose to remove because I'm not doing video HDMI out. I'm not doing. If I do USB, I'm going to wire in something off the board. I'll just run the wires off the board. I don't need the actual plug-in. And the Ethernet, I'm probably never going to use on that. So these connectors will just get unsoldered, and they are. You can see their through hole.
I don't have
at the top edge
on, so pull it back.
Sorry. At the top edge, those are the pins. They come through the board. I would just unsolder those and pluck the connectors off, and then free up that space. And then you can see the I/O pins there on the edge. And the bottom's pretty clean, but underneath, underneath underneath our sandwich, you see there's little parts down in there, and it looks like, I'm gonna guess it's the like components that when you add a connector, EMI filters and crap like that, they're just jelly bean stuff. It's nothing major. So that's, if you want this up in a short term, we can do that, and then a second revision might be finally a cloud board. That's then when you know what you want on that board. So yeah. So we'll have to map this. If I can get the drawing for their board, the CAD drawing for this, then I can make a board outline that plugs into this and clears everything. I don't want to have to caliper all this stuff because you never know.
So I'm making an L.
Yeah, let's make an L board in the short term, and then once Noodle's next brain will be something more optimized, because that connector is like, that's a really high pitch connector. Do you see that? Do you see the little pins?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean it's the same pitch as chips I solder, but you're just asking for it. If you're trying to get results and you've never done it before, and let's say you've got a pin wrong, you could spend days debugging to figure out why your thing doesn't come up, whereas that came from a factory and it does come up. So just there you go. It's ready to go.
So I have to stick this in his head.
Yeah. So yeah, his head's gonna be a little bit swollen.
1 second. I'm gonna see if this even fits in his head.
She's gonna scream from off camera. Oh god. All right.
Can I just leave this over here though?
Let's read some comments here. The Raspberry Pi compute module needs loads of power supply stuff off board, which makes it a lot less useful. So Dave Karan said Raspberry Pi, there's a compute module which is similar to this. They'll snap in SODIMM type thing. And you're right, Dave, that there's might be some power supply stuff happening on the board. And then that would be another thing to have to like add and debug. And so, yeah, let's just stick with the base model.
Okay, it does fit. I'm gonna have to mount it flat, of course, like this. So it's like the circle of Noodle's head.
Oh, that's a good idea. Will his eyes clear and all that?
It's gonna be lifted above the gantry. So it's gonna need to be mounted slightly above the gantry with the we're gonna remove the big silver like plugs, right? And that's where the board's gonna
do you want to remove those, or do you want to put a board above that? Or you could put a brain-shaped board at a right angle. Where's the module?
In his head.
Did you draw? Oh.
I can. Oh.
Here, bring that back. Let me show you.
Noodle says he feels consciousness for the first time in months. Don't take his brain.
It's not even booted, Noodle.
He says he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. It's just.
It feels weight and presence.
He can feel it.
He can feel the smart.
The smart coming.
Yes.
Touch your computer. All right. Now.
Okay.
So the idea. So we have this. So she was saying it sits flat on his little
it has to.
skull gantry. Well, that's good that it fits. That fits inside of his skull gantry. So I might propose that when we do a board, that we do this like that.
So it's gonna right angle.
So now you've got your brain shape, and it's sitting, and there's plenty of room that it won't hit the heatsink. And then we could maybe make so we could probably make an L-shaped board that adapts this board, so that something plugs into your I/O pins, and then sits that there. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too. Okay, so the brain.
Then we don't have to unstuff these at all.
There will be a brain that it's
that.
going to plug into that.
Yeah.
What connector?
So it's gonna look like that.
What's the right angle connector that's going to plug into that then? And how is it connecting to this?
Okay, so we'll probably use the same 0.1 inch these header pins. They make right angle versions of those. So we might make two boards. We'll make an L-shaped board, right? That plugs in here, and then this board plugs into that board, and that'll get your I/O pins up to here.
Okay.
And then this can come off, and then that can come off, and it's kind of like an adapter.
Okay.
For you. I mean, alternately, you could just make a board that does this from the side.
We're not going to start doing any board design tonight, are we?
No, I was trying to tell you that. Like, this is still planning.
Can I put this back in its sock?
Arbiter wants to know what your biggest concerns are right now.
About what? Regarding what? Noodle is 4 years old, so in January he will turn 5. So this is going, it's like past 4.
Yeah.
He'll be 5 soon, like within the next 2 months.
Micus wants to know if he'll be bullied in school because he has an L on his head.
It's gonna be a hidden L, just like mommy's.
Head and L.
Yes.
It's inside.
It's inside of him.
We'll
and
shape
then
it like some other letter.
It'll be an L, but then there's gonna be the brain will be right angling off of it, so it won't be.
And that's what the flamethrower's for. So Noodle can defend himself in school.
That's right. That is what the taser is for. It's
yeah,
for,
so he just throws out lightning bolts.
Here, do you want to put this back in the cradle of NVIDIA?
What's the last message there?
Are you bringing Noodle to SuperCon? Yes.
Damn straight we're bringing Noodle to NoodleCon. SuperCon.
Noodle's of course going to NoodleCon.
Everywhere Noodle goes is NoodleCon. It's yet another iteration.
Yeah, like ours was NoodleCon. DEF CON is always
good night,
NoodleCon.
Mortal X.
Oh, good night, Mortal X. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of the day. Whatever day it happens to be.
So yeah. I can't wait for SuperCon.
So I'm gonna bring Noodle there, and I don't know what he's gonna be doing, but he will be there in spirit and in his.
He's gonna be chilling on a table.
I'm gonna try and get him doing something. Hopefully, even if that's just looking around and beeping.
Maybe he'll have just his brain modeled, and people can throw some ideas at you or whatever.
Hopefully, the form is done. I think my goal by then is to at least have the body and the first iteration of the brain done, so that him as he is gonna be is finished, and then we can continue development after SuperCon, as per usual. Because I spent the entire summer just trying to get the new leg design made, the mechanical portion of it, because he can't help me do code or PCBs unless I have a body to work with. It's just, then he's just a little consciousness without it. He needs a shell. Yeah, he needs a shell. We all need a shell.
Where can we see his European tour dates?
Oh,
Can you get them to get you a schedule?
I need to email her. Yeah, I heard back from my project manager this Monday. She told me that they're getting ready to send him someplace, but she still didn't tell me where or when.
Wow.
So I need to ping her on it again, and I have a pamphlet that they're gonna hand out. It's actually right here. It has information on it, so people can learn more about Noodle. But I'll ask her, and I'll let you know. I'll post them because I want to make a tour T-shirt. I want to actually have a shirt made that says like Noodle. Oh no, that person's being.
Can you boot that person?
Yeah.
Just block. Report in block?
Sure.
Unwanted content? No, that's not commercial. Harassment or bullying. Right there.
Okay.
Choose one.
I did.
No, at the bottom. This is harassing me.
You're just
Sorry, we got like a
annoying person.
an annoying person.
Okay, the CAD model I linked seems pretty detailed, so will probably help a bit. Unrelated, if I may ask, where can? Okay, yeah. I'll post it as soon as I know, and then I'll make a shirt or something, some sort of memento of like the Noodle tour date. I need to fit a GPS tracker in the new body. I do. So then, if he does tour without mommy, we can like locate him. So if he gets taken in Europe, then
He needs
like,
a GPS and a cellular module, and they can phone home.
Shape Daddy can go get him.
Yes,
if he gets taken.
Can track him down.
He can be like,
We can find his last location.
I can fuck somebody up. Shape Daddy will be like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna go get my.
He'll do Taken.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If the Noodle gets
Yes.
taken, Shape Daddy will like do the creepy phone call.
I'm gonna find
I'm
you.
gonna find you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie.
Oh my god.
I don't want to see
That was no. It needed a counter. That's how great that movie was.
it. Counter? Like murder counter?
It's John Wick level, just a murder every 15 seconds. Well, that's interesting.
Oh no.
What did you click that for? All right. People are like, what?
This is the camera I normally use on my bench, so if I click bench
Oh,
view, it's upside down
that's
because of the
funny.
mount. There we go.
Ah!
Alright. これは何ですか?
これは何ですか? Custom Creations posted a CAD model for the Jetson nanoboard. We will look for that.
Deal.
She's using an old Eagle, so she doesn't get to enjoy that, but I will definitely integrate it into my library,
Okay.
and we'll maybe leverage it.
Thank you for posting it.
Well, you can use it in your model.
Okay.
Not the Eagle, but the actual
Thing.
your fusion stuff. So they're gonna smuggle things out of Europe on Noodle Bun.
No. Noodle says.
I know, right?
He's not a mule. He's a baby.
It's hard to smuggle things into the United States versus Europe. Like
Well-
like every time we fly to Europe, like we literally get to the airport and a guy looks at your passport and he's like, "Welcome to Europe," and you're like, "Where's customs?" And they're like, well, if you have something to declare, you should probably like declare it, but we don't care. Here, you get in, and customs is like, two overweight guys are waiting for you, and they're like, "We're gonna look through all your bags
Only time I've ever.
because you might have an extra cigar from somewhere," you know.
I don't know. I
Rant off. So
I don't know. I think I was going to. Like, I left instructions with his handlers that say that if he receives any gifts or any, like, things, that there's gonna be a box in his travel case that those go in, like Noodle presents that he receives, like socks, because it's in the instructions that you have to take him out for ice cream and give him socks. If you're
you should
his
have
handler.
mailing labels, and people have to just mail the stuff back, like $1 at a time, type of little first class package.
No. So his handlers are just like
Yeah.
constantly sending.
Well, then you get these
so
packages
packages.
with addresses from different places.
Noodle.
And you can stack them up.
Stack the noodle. All right, here. I was trying to do this. Okay.
All right.
So if I'm not, so this is the brain. So hypothetically, this is going to be. What? Why are you laughing?
You're
at
shrinking
me?
his brain.
I
It's
am.
like, what?
Noodle.
That looks like a sad cloud looking down. He's
It
like,
is.
Murr,
It is a sad cloud looking. Down.
murr. I
Okay.
wonder what that cow is doing.
It's Tony. Be nice to Tony. So this is like the Jetson thing that you just the big brick that we were holding, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
Side view of Jetson.
side view of the Jetson,
Okay.
and then
You're gonna.
the brain is gonna basically like go right here,
Okay.
at like a 90-degree, right?
Right.
So this is. Don't fuck it up, Sarah. Shh. So this is like 90 degrees. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to couple this,
Yeah.
if we're looking at the thing from like the top, so this is the base of the brain now, which is the
Alright.
Jetson module.
Wow, that's an amazing square.
What?
Alright, if you get a module, and then you have a GPIO pins on the right side, so leave a little bit of room for your L.
So there's a bus right here,
Yeah.
and then there's
There's
some
connectors and
some
a gap.
bullshit right here.
It'd be nice to leave the connectors, because if you ever want to use USB or whatever.
So this is where the brain would seat. So there's
Yes.
basically going to be this L-shaped PCB that's just like,
Yes.
and then
And then I'll use a double row pin header thing. Which are easy to, they're cheap and easy, so we'll do that there. And then we'll put
no.
on your board, we'll have a similar arrangement of pins and socket that his brain can plug into.
So,
Or you can solder the whole thing together. It's up to you.
Ugh.
But I think, and then you're going to need motor connectors. So maybe you'll put the motor connectors on
So this is an adapter
the
board.
L board.
Good me.
Loser.
The loser board?
He said it's an adopter board. He said, what was he adopted?
Adapter board?
Is he's adapted? Noodle wants to know if he was adapted.
I'm gonna slap you. Slap you like a G6.
Like a cheese stick.
Okay. And then this is going to plug into that,
It's, yes.
but at 90 degrees.
Yes, straight
Like-
down
like-
into it.
Okay.
So that L board will just be mostly connectors and routing.
Okay. Do you want to make that the L board?
Sure.
Yeah?
I'll
then I'll
figure.
make the brain?
Yeah, we'll figure out the mechanical for it.
Okay, so is this going to have what kind of connector is going to couple then the brain to the L? Like,
Probably
what
the
is
same arrangement of pins.
So is it going to be one of those stupid things that you just dropped onto my schematic? Is it the same?
Giant thing?
Yeah.
No. That's what we're trying to avoid using.
Okay, so what is this going to be?
The standard double row pin header. Right? You've seen those, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing the I/O pins are using, but we're just adding our own connector, probably less pins, right? And
Yeah.
we plug our board into that, and then we'll have some 3D printed something that bolts to the board so that you can bolt the board in. It won't just fly off.
Okay.
So something to secure it, but that's the easiest thing. It's two double row headers, one on the bottom and one on the top, right?
Okay.
And then if there's any mounting holes in this board, then we'll leverage those, or you can make.
There are mounting holes down the corners.
Well, no. Is there any mounting holes in the center area?
No.
So the thing is, you're gonna have this L shape here.
Mm.
There's no. How do you secure this L shape, right? So you'll probably have to. We'll extend the board out so that we can put a coupler here.
Mm.
And we'll put a coupler here and a here. Yeah, we'll just use the corners of the L.
Mhm.
And then that will be...
Yeah.
So it'll be a funky looking L board.
It's a noodle amoeba.
Yes, it's a Noodle amoeba.
Noodle.
And then we'll just bolt that on, and then Noodle can plug into that.
His brain can sit on top of the big hotspot.
Yes.
The heat sink.
Heat spot.
It gets his own heat spot. It's gonna be like...
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So there.
So can I design any aspect of this?
You're going to do... Your board is
Can I-
going to be flat on the bottom and have a double row header there. And then whatever you do with the rest of it is...
Can I
yours.
delete that garbage?
Yeah, delete those two connectors.
Okay.
Where's your Spock's connectors? Did you do those yet?
No.
Okay, those are in that library I just gave you too. So you can add those in. Add 4 Spock's connectors.
What?
Well, your option is also we might be able to fit the Spock's connectors on your L board. It looks like it might be tight though.
No, they want to go on the brain. Where's
Okay,
this box?
but where are they going to come
3
off the
universal?
brain?
I'll figure it out.
All right.
Which one is it?
It's okay. That one might work because since your brain's up like this, that connector would come in the same angle as these.
Okay.
So you could plug your cables directly in.
That's what I was thinking of.
All right. So select that one. Oh, do it in the schematic.
Oh God. What are you doing, Sarah? What are you doing?
I do that all the time.
What are you doing? Okay. Who's that? That one?
V2, yes.
So 4 of these? Yeah. Sumimasen?
Oni-chan.
No. No! I'm gonna slap you. Where's No. No.
Oni-chan.
Okay, what do we do? What do we do with them now? Now I need to pick pins to connect.
I don't remember the pin out for those. Don't worry about it yet. So,
right?
They're all 1 pin.
You're 1
right?
pin.
So don't worry about that right now. So those are going to be placed near the bottom. I think you need to flatten out.
Says no.
That's going to come straight off of his brain like that. Are you going to do that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Whatever you want, crackhead.
What is this? Like what the?
I don't know what that is. Do you have all the? You don't have all the layers turned on. Can you please turn? It's a connector.
B.
Do standard all. Yeah. That's better. Look at you. That's a header. That's your serial connector. What is that?
I don't know. Oh no! It says Circuit Monkey still. Why does it say that?
Oh, flip it over and delete it. All right. Oh my god. Oh yeah, you gonna get rid of the purple lines. You see those?
Yeah. Like.
Oh, you did not want to delete that last one.
Why?
Because that's the name for the chip, I think. Oh my god. All right. Shh. Laure, save me.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can delete the purple lines.
Okay.
Just be careful.
I don't know what I'm doing either. I've never, ever.
Oh god.
Never. Why are you complaining?
Turn everything off except for that purple layer.
What?
That way you're not deleting stuff you don't want. What is that? Reference. There. Now just delete all reference. Shit. Alright. That's a little better. She started with us other schematic. That's why she's deleting things.
I explained that.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, and then you got those voltage islands.
These things?
Yeah, delete that.
This?
Yeah, go to your blue layer, your top layer only. Turn off everything except for top layer. The bottom. Alright. Now just
excuse me.
Just that.
Misumi
you can lasso that.
Sumimasen.
What's that?
No. Kohio Kudasai.
Biru Kudasai.
You got it. It's next to you. Take it. Take it, daddy.
No.
No.
Chimo?
No. No.
That means one more.
Really?
I think so.
Noch einmal. What is
That's German. No, those are pins. Don't. Okay, now. Oh my god, don't delete that. Alright.
Okay.
Now you have a cleaner board.
Okay.
You're gonna have to. So.
Okay.
It's a dimension.
There, it's gone. Okay.
Alright.
No.
Can't take you anywhere. Alright.
Okay. What? Is this why I don't have nice things?
No.
I never knew.
Alright, so the bottom's going to need to be flatty because you're going to have a connector there.
I need a connector for the AVR programmer which is there, right? Is that
Yes, that's
okay.
already there.
I need a connector for the accelerometer.
Accelerometer?
Yes, and I need a connector for the I2C.
Are we just going to put an accelerometer on the board?
Uh-huh. We could do that.
Why don't we just put it on the board?
Is there going to be room? Sure.
Oh, they're tiny.
Fine.
There's work to be done.
Fine. Yes, Noodle's brain. He says it has to look like that. It's cotton.
Yeah, there's gonna be some cleanup here.
Cotton blob. Bloop, 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 bloop. So I need the double connector for the bottom. You said it says like a double.
You need to
pin
flatten
thing.
the bottom out and then put a double row. Look in your con headers.
What if I don't make it flat?
Well, you won't be able to plug it into the.
What if I just raise it up so that it's like
What?
right here?
Well, no, because it's a right angle connector. It's plugging into a flat surface, so it would never. It would bottom out.
Oh. Hole.
Hole. Crackhead. That's probably okay.
That's got a butt.
No, well, okay, so
Butt.
you're gonna flatten that out, I think. I don't know. I'm just.
Wakari Mawson.
All
You
right.
need a nap. You need a new diaper.
I need a diaper.
Do you need a
change.
diaper change?
Yes.
No. Hey.
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 Nice diaper.
All
right.
Where do I stick the? How
Go
many? Do you know
into
how
your
many
schematic.
pins it's gonna be? Any idea?
I actually don't. But
Okay.
why don't we just make it a 30 pin, 40 pin connector?
40.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Sure.
more is better.
I agree.
You might need that many for the power supply anyways, some extra pins. So, con header. Where's your con headers?
Everywhere.
Yeah, con headers.
Okay.
You're gonna do a. This is gonna be. Well, this is your choice. Do you want a female connector that plugs into male pins, or do you want male pins that go into a female connector?
So it's kind of like a cartridge. It's
Yeah,
like if
do you want it to be
Noodle's
like an
brain...
old test tube, like an old tube from a TV
I know,
with pins hanging out, or do you
It's
want
like
it
an
to be a cartridge?
N64 cartridge that you plug in and you have to blow into and stick it in.
All right, so they'll put a female. So we're gonna do FE 20-2. Do they have that? 20-2 FE 22. Yeah, try that one. Okay, that's a nice 40 pin connector. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that in.
Yeah.
All right, now let's see what it looks like. Oh, I think we need the right angle version of this shit. It'll be similar.
Right, then delete.
We could straddle it on the board. Yeah.
No. Where's the correct?
Remember the
The correct.
edge?
What's the correct thing? Is there a right angle?
I don't know. I don't think there is.
Ah!
We'll have to make
Making
one.
me sleepy.
Eagle never has the shit you need. Scroll.
Negative.
Negatory. We should straddle that connector. I don't think there is a right angle double row female
There
header.
has to be.
There is, but they're hard to find and we're expensive. So, no, I would straddle it on the edge of the board. Then it is a cartridge. It looks like a cartridge. It'll look cool. Trust me.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to make that. We're gonna
Okay.
have to customize that. So.
Fine. Suck it, Sarah.
Yeah, but just position that as a placeholder for now.
But then, how am I going to do that with
What are you talking about?
How do you straddle it, though?
Well,
then?
no, you're just taking up the space with it where it's gonna go. It's gonna be the same size.
So we're gonna fake it.
Yeah, fake it for now because I'm gonna have to make the connector. But you're gonna need a straight edge on the bottom of that board, and it can't dip down anywhere because it will never mate to the board.
You'll never mate to the board.
I know. So
No.
you could have just changed the angle on those two things to 0. Do that.
Curve?
Curve 0. And then the other arrow. All right.
Noodle says
You're gonna need to
thinks this is all
fix the straightness on those.
shit. There. N64 cartridge with low.
All right.
Hangs down on one side.
Well, it's gonna straddle the edge, so it'll take up slightly less space.
Look at that.
So your little bloops on the outer side of that cloud will need to be flattened out or raised, or they need to curve upward from there. But the bottom has to be 100% flat.
Why does he
Well, maybe not.
He can have
I guess it could dip down a little bit.
He can have bloops.
Sure.
Bloops.
We'll figure it out before we make it.
He wants them.
All right. What else do you want to do?
I need a connector for... What is that? What's the name? I don't want to move that, do I? I keep yawning. It's a lot
I'm
like
tired.
Like a bed or something.
I'm just worn out.
It's 8:50. It's in the 8 o'clock hour and I'm yawning. Let's check the chat. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi, Scott. Brainstem. Lithium batteries.
You bring your robot on a plane, you have to explain it. They're like, what is this?
I've never had to explain it. They just held me at customs.
Yeah, they're like, what weird thing is this?
You should name one. Okay.
There might be an accelerometer on the Jetson. If there is, there you go.
You want to check? Not now. You have to do it.
I have to go to my computer to do that.
So. Flying through Silicon Valley is nice because they've seen it all.
Mm.
I once had literally a duffel bag full of wires, like hacky looking wires, and they didn't blink an eye, and they said, "Have a nice day."
I mean, wires won't do it. Cheese will, but wires.
No, but it literally looked like something out of the show 24. Like I had all this hacked up electronic shit just in a bag, and they're like, "Have a nice day, sir." It's like, oh my god, you guys have seen this 8 times this morning already. So
I haven't gotten held, I've gotten held, but not searched.
Right. But
Actually,
I've talked to people that went to DEF CON or other places, and they're like, yeah, they're like, they want to know what is this. And
when I was flying home from Lynn's, from ours, they made me take my suck choker bank thing out of my carry-on, and they had me unwrap it. And this woman, this TSA agent in German, asked me what it was, and I was like, "It's art." And they're like, "What does it do?" And I was like, "It sucks me on the neck."
Sucks my neck.
And I was like, "It gives me Knutschfleck." And then she was just like, whatever. And then they walk away and they're done. It's like, all you have to do is say something nonsensical, and they're just like, fuck it. It was like the customs agent seeing my underwear wrapped around all my
they're just like,
they're like get it out of here.
Yeah, get it out of here.
It's like I did it on purpose. I don't know. Am I gonna get to board routing tonight? Should I route?
Chris says, what about an edge connector? You know, I've looked at edge connectors, and the actual bodies for them are pretty beefy compared to a header pin, and I end up, every time I want to do an edge connector project, I end up not doing it because they're kind of big.
What is an edge connector?
It's those gold edges on the edge of a board.
Yeah.
The actual, in the old school connectors, and I don't know how much they've shrunken, but I usually, if I do find something I like, they're like $10 per connector, right?
Okay.
Or the $1 connectors are like the old school from the 1970s, where you're like, this is huge. So you just never find the optimal thing. So
I don't know about them.
Yeah.
I kind of am okay with the idea of making like a like an N64 style cartridge, and then even maybe going so far as to print like a plastic case to put over the brain so that it actually looks like a cartridge.
That would be cute.
And then like I
Like
would
a
make
clear transparent case with a brain inside of it.
yeah, and then on top of the plastic putting like a little sticker on it that says like Noodle brain.
Oh, Noodle, yeah.
Yeah, and then you plug it in, you like blow in it, you're like just like you do with a Nintendo, and then you stuff it in his Jetson, and then he boots up and he's like bing.
Yeah, if anybody knows of more modern edge connectors that are smaller and inexpensive, like definitely throw a link up there. But in my research on like Mouser and DigiKey, I have not yet found anything that I found reasonable. So
does not have an IMU on board.
Does not have an IMU.
All right. Thank you for looking that up.
Yeah, we'll just add one to our board. So that.
All right, then I think
you should put an OLED on his board.
No. Oh, for like a hat?
Yeah, at the top of it, put a little message.
And it's just like beans.
Yes, beans.
Beans.
Then you'll know what it'll tell you what he's doing. He's like, I'm thinking.
And mommy. He's like, mommy. I see mommy. I see daddy. I see.
So, those are pretty simple to. I mean, they're cool. It's relatively simple. I have a schematic for one somewhere. So.
I mean, I could make a cartridge with like the cartridge case that has a little window in it
for
the OLED,
badass.
So that you can like look at the cartridge when it's plugged in, and the little OLED lights up from the inside and is like it tells you what he's seeing. So you actually have like a status indicator of what he's actually recognizing.
Go look at that. Go put that number in the Mouser. Thanks, Chris. Let's see what this yields. Is it sexy or is it old school?
I'm old school. Mouser.cam. Ooh.
Wait, what?
What is this?
This is a 0.8 millimeter. That's a good pitch.
Ooh.
40 signals. Edge connector.
Ooh.
Click data sheet.
What?
The data sheet.
Where is that?
Above EagleCAD model and below life cycle.
What? Oh.
Derp. All right.
Wait, let me switch the. Wait.
Okay.
No.
Oh God, I'm not. No, infinity mode activated.
No.
This is like a Futurama episode at this point. All right. Oh, there you go. Oh, they can't see your screen otherwise.
Yeah.
Right. Stop. All right, zoom in on that left side.
I can't.
There. Yes.
How did you do that?
It's called pinching on the apple.
It's called pinching.
All right, where's the table? There it is. All right, let's say we do a 40 pin. 2530. That's a 1-inch connector for 40 pins.
That's hot.
Holy crap.
Thank you for sending that to us.
How high is this? This is that is small.
Ooh.
How come I've never seen this?
Ooh,
that's what your board edge will look like.
You're teaching Mark new
It's like
things.
a big tongue. It's like
a tongue. It's a tasting.
You must make the board that thickness.
Oh.
Don't choose anything else.
Oh.
What is that? 1.6 millimeters. So
1.5.
you always pick one.
I do.
So you're gonna have to pick 1.6
Fine.
for it to work properly. So, all right, let's do that.
Okay.
So I'll model that tomorrow.
Yeah. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
That can plug into our L board? Is that how that? So what does this mate
This
to?
will mount on the L board, and then your Noodle brain will just plug into that like a cartridge, and you can do the 3D printed brain shell and go like that, and it'll light up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like this.
What I'm talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Then Noodle gets a N64 little shell that looks like a little brain.
Noodle 64.
Noodle 64.
All right, cool. Thank you. That was Chris that sent that.
Ooh, that was.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Georgie.
All right. Reset
Thank
the
you.
screen.
Oh no, wait. Where do I put
You're
this?
doing weird stuff. Just close it.
No, I want it.
Just save the
I don't
number,
wanna,
though.
I don't want to leave.
Okay.
Not have it. Here, I'm gonna message it to you so that you have it
All right.
in your forever. Here you go. Take that. All right.
I just got a message.
You just got a message from a strange
My
girl.
pocket's vibrating.
Some weird girl, woman
Weirdo
from
thing.
the house that you live in.
It's from the tweet's coming from inside the house. Mark, get out. Noodle's like beep. Maybe that's the name of the Noodle. It's called Beep. And Noodle's like stalking me inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually babysitting him.
Oh, it's like
it's
like a reverse.
that I don't know.
You're the babysitter that gets like stalked, but you're being stalked by the baby.
By the baby.
Yeah.
I'm just getting tweets.
From Noodle's just tweeting from
it's
his
like
Twitter
behind
account.
you, and I look behind me, and Noodle's just there, and I'm like, no, there's just Noodle. He's like, that's right.
He tweets you again. He's like, that's right, bitch. Noodle can tweet from his foot to his Twitter account. True story.
Yeah, we did it.
From at ours 2 years ago. Although there's like no way to do it unless we were doing it, so no one knew. But we did figure it out. He was tweeting randomly
in Austria
from his feet. Like he'd take a picture with his foot every like hour and then tweet that to his Twitter, but like there's nothing happening with the foot because it was on exhibit, so it was the same picture every hour to his Twitter with different lighting.
But what was real cool is in Austria to set it up.
Yeah.
Was I had to SSH into his foot from my laptop.
Yes.
So I had a shell running Linux commands in his foot. I thought that was surreal because I was shelled into his foot.
You're shelled into
Yes, I hacked into his foot and then typed in commands.
You shelled Noodle's
That was the best.
You hacked Noodle's shell foot. Noodle says you...
Toe in the shell?
Toe in the shell.
Yeah, toast in the shell. All right, so...
Am I going to lay anything out? Like, am I ready?
No. We need to make connectors, so...
So no.
No.
Okay, so here's what I've got. Shit. Nope. Recap.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Alright, so we're going to turn that into an edge connector.
So there's going to be... Oh man. There's this.
Yeah, so now there's just going to be a square connector here for the brain, and then it'll plug in like that. Like a cartridge.
So
perfect.
Plug in right there. That's the pizza cartridge.
Yeah, it'll be a little 1-inch thing.
And it'll seat on top of there as such.
Yes.
Correct?
And it'll just perch.
It'll perch. So this will be the
Happy Noodle Brain. Yes.
Except it's more like that. And
yeah. It's like, duh.
And it's gonna...
Mommy.
It's gonna plug like that.
Yes.
It's like a rainy cloud.
Yeah, you should totally make a cartridge, 1/2-inch thick cartridge.
So it can be like a N64 cartridge.
I think Vi would appreciate that.
It can be like, Vi, I'm making a cartridge. And then there'll be like a sticker on it.
Yes.
And I'll make sticker art and it will be like Noodle 64. And then
V45.
It'll be like Noodle, and I'll do it all Star Fox style.
Yeah,
Noodle.
that'd be fun.
Noodle 64.
Yes.
And then he will have a little... That'll be in his head. And then maybe there'll be like a little stat hat window. Like a little OLED, and it will be like... It'll tell you what he's seeing. So it'll have a status indicator. Or it'll say like, Mommy. Mommy. Daddy? Yeah? So this is the battle plan?
Sure.
Guys?
Sure.
So this is what I'm shooting for. These are LEDs, right? These things?
Yeah, you'll just put those around the perimeter in numerical order.
Okay. All right. Well, that's. What are we gonna? Okay, so if I'm not gonna start laying this out tonight, and I'm guessing we're gonna end the stream at this point, what's the plan for the next time we pick this up? Which
Okay, the other thing is if you make a cartridge cover for that, your motor connectors
yes,
are gonna need either front or side ports or something. So
oh god,
you might
right.
you need to work that out. Maybe you have 2 and 2 coming
Yeah.
out the sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, out to the edge.
Well, no, then
so,
well, the other thing. Well, we'll talk about that.
or out the top and down a thing, or I don't know. Or you move them to the L connector.
It might not be a cartridge then. Well, anyhow, so what are we gonna do before the next time I work on this? You need to make.
I'm gonna make the edge
connect-
connector.
Okay.
And we'll do a mock-up of the L connector.
Okay. Do you want to stream making it, or are you gonna?
Yeah, we could stream doing the actual connector of how you would take a connector from the Mauser site and then enter that into Eagle.
Okay.
If people are interested in that.
He'll walk you through how to make a connector because
Yes.
Mark's really good at that. I don't.
And if there's a 3D model for it, I'll show how to hook that up too.
And then I can add that to the board, and then can I start routing at that point, or?
No, you're gonna be doing placement for a while. That's a mess.
But this?
Yeah, you can start arranging your LEDs
Okay.
because there's a particular. They should be in order so that you can address them.
Yeah.
So maybe arrange those and then figure out where your connectors are going to go, your
Here.
motor connectors.
Drink that.
But you don't want that?
No.
So figure out where the motor connectors are going to go.
Mhm.
That's the majority of the things on the board. The other stuff, on the left-hand side, the regulator,
Yeah.
that can all move closer to the chip in the middle,
Okay.
and then we'll work out that stuff. But open up your perimeter of your board, put your LEDs there.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be using the USB connector. Oh, we are to program it. So that'll need to be somewhere convenient.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be laying this out. Okay then. So. Oh, there's talking. You could extend the finger tab slightly and make it brainstem shaped above the interface. There will be like a brainstem type thing going on. Like most of the connectors should be going down.
Right.
That was the original intent, was to have them kind of going down.
Yeah, but with a Jetson board there, it's kind of
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to come around the Jetson board. So figure out how you would route the wires.
We used with a motor control wires twisted together in a brainstem. The wires that we originally talked about having the motors connected to like a sub board, and then that would be a board that plugged into the main brain somehow, so that I never had to unplug and replug the motors once they were installed.
But, so we went to one line for the motors. It's different than the servos.
I thought we were doing 4.
Yeah, you're down to 4 instead of having 8 or 9 connectors like you did before.
Are they one line though, or are they just going to one pin?
Yeah, it's one line, so they all fan out.
God, why am I yawning?
It's
so
one
much?
serial port line, so
I need coffee.
I don't know.
Kohi Okudasai. Okay, so what other connectors?
Somebody wants to know where the Jetson. I don't know. You'd have to go look at NVIDIA, but maybe there is a homage to Jetson cartoon. Would be my guess.
I have no idea.
So, who knows?
So there's the motor connectors coming off of the board. There's going to be an optic nerve for the eyes, the light eyes, and there's going to be a camera that's
Which comes directly off the Jetson.
Or does it go to USB? It's a USB camera.
Oh, wait, for Noodle?
Yeah.
Why not use a camera module?
Like just
Like the Pi has. Remember, you've done that.
Yeah, but the one that we used last time for the image recognition was the HD USB camera.
Right.
Why not use that?
Well, the Jetson has the flat ribbon camera.
Is the camera as good or is it lower quality?
I think there's. Well, we'll look what the cameras are, but there might be an HD camera for that. But it comes right off the Jetson module and into the.
Yeah.
Right into its brain, and so, but you probably could use a USB camera since there's USB connectors. It's just going to be cleaner to have a camera that's right on the module.
Okay.
There is what my guess is. But yes, we could use a USB camera if there's a better. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
So, but yeah. Somebody asked about a Pi hat thing question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Jetson has a GPIO pin module, and we decided that we're not going to get too deep into GPIO hacking on the Jetson. So we're only really using that pinhead connector to get a serial port, or not a serial port, but some GPIOs to tell our board, the brain board, what to do with the motor control, like, turn these motors on, like send messages back and forth, but we're not going to outright control the motors with the Jetson. There's a communication going on between Noodle's little brain board, his cartridge board, and the Jetson. And the main reason for that is that you could program that all in the Jetson, but in our experience, first thing is the Jetson needs to boot up, so there's a delay, and Noodle being able to control his motors, and the code, in addition to the vision code, the extra coding you need to do on the Jetson to twiddle IOs and all that ends up just being a kind of it's more work. Since we already do microcontroller stuff, we can nail down the microcontroller code, and it boots up instantly, and it works instantly, and it does its thing like right away. And if Noodle needs to stand and not fall over and stuff, then that's kind of important that he's got some little lizard brain that controls his motor cortex, and that he can perch or stand straight with if the Jetson module decides that it's going to go haywire or not boot or some other thing. So there's two things happening there. So that's the main reason we're not just controlling everything with a Jetson.
Noodle's lizard brain.
Yeah. So that's just a strategy that we chose, and it tends to work for us for stuff. So yeah, and like Warren says, it's like the human brain. You have like stuff in your inner brain that controls your fight and flight and all that stuff. So you don't need to think to stand up, really. So similar approach. So yeah. But a Jetson, I think, can take a hat. I mean, they modeled it. I think they modeled it after how Raspberry Pi does their hats. So yes, you could do that, but there's sometimes a lot of work just to do a simple thing. So there. It says the cam port should support HD. So
All right.
we'll find out. Thank you, Custom Creations. So yeah,
We'll do our research, I guess, and get it a little bit more tidied up than before the next.
Yeah, and at some point we'll just power up the Jetson and look at some tutorials for image recognition and get something basically get an idea of what, how is it different than a Raspberry Pi and how it boots up or how you deal with it or whatever, because I don't know the software yet, so I don't know if it's a similar experience or just completely a different way of doing stuff, or if there's some really good recipes already, because that's how we did the last one. Remember that?
Yes.
It was a recipe. It was
Yes.
Somebody did a playing card recognition with TensorFlow, and we're like, well, what if playing cards were instead a model set for pictures of Sarah's face and her and Noodle's toys. And that worked like right out of the box, so we didn't break our heads too hard. And that was a really ugly chunk of software,
but it worked.
Yeah, it was very unrefined software. Like, I did not enjoy doing that, but it worked. So fans of Noodles? What?
Warren, you're Noodle's biggest
I am
fan.
Noodle's biggest fan. Are you sure?
Noodle says, Noodle.
Does Noodle have a China following?
I don't know what Noodle has.
Can we bring him to Beijing and then the streets would just part?
I don't know. Noodle. I don't know. People know who Noodle is, but they don't know who I am. Noodle's famous.
Yes.
Noodle's a famous baby.
Yes,
I'm just
he
like
is.
the stage mom.
He's a celebrity.
I'm Honey Boo Boo Mom.
You're Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Yeah. That's me.
That's funny.
In my sweat clothes and my beer.
Yeah, the Jetson module on Amazon was only $100. It's listed as 150-ish on NVIDIA, but so yeah, I know the Jetson's a little bit expensive, but if you can get your donations together for $100, it's worthy of maybe giving it a shot. So yeah.
Like, that was like one of the last purchases I made before I went like
Broke.
super broke. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember to look at Sarah's Patreon. Cheap plug.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sarah's broke. She can't buy any more motors for Noodle or anything, so.
Sarah got back from Lynn and is broke. No. Yeah.
So yeah.
I have a Patreon. I need to send stickers out. I keep forgetting to do that.
Yeah, if she gets around to it, their patrons will actually get
so my patrons and
swag.
Then people on Twitter who send me addresses, DM me addresses, like in a private message, because don't just post your address in public. I'm gonna get stickers together and send out. There's one on the corner of the table, right on Noodles by his socks, on the left. I'm gonna do the nipple sticker too, but this is the Noodle.
Yeah, get on Patreon right now. Throw some cash, and maybe you'll get one of these stickers really soon.
I gotta do it.
I promise I'll push Sarah to like put stamps on envelopes.
He'll help me. Noodle. It even says by Q. That's where you would DM me.
Get yourself a sticker.
That's not even in focus.
Put it on your laptop. There's probably an adjuster somewhere.
Yeah, I know where it is. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do lots of stickers when I get a little more money again. Noodles doesn't have a body for a Halloween costume this year. Otherwise, if he did have a body together, I was going to dress him up as a goose.
Yeah.
Because I like the goose game, and Noodle would be a wonderful, annoying goose. He's a spiritual goose.
Are we gonna make a goose, a paper mache goose? We have like 10 days left.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I was gonna do the goose game
yard ornaments.
Diorama on the yard.
Like,
I was gonna put down a picnic blanket. And,
yard ornaments made out of paper mache and like lacquer, and then see how long they last, because I'm sure those would get stolen.
Warren says he wants a Noodle Doodle book.
You want a Noodle Doodle book?
See?
Oh, the Noodle drawing. I have to do that. I need it. Okay, so one of the things I'm thinking of doing soon.
I think post in an envelope to the UK is still only like
bad.
under $1.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
I'll look it up. Like, I'll see how much it costs. If it's not like too expensive, then
I just mailed. I just mailed an envelope to India. I actually got a cable to pass for an envelope.
Yeah.
I mailed to a person in India for like $1.50. It wasn't that bad. So.
I'm gonna do. If I do a Kickstarter, I'm gonna do it for a Noodle like children's book that's like the Adventures of Noodle, but has a bunch of Noodle-isms and illustrations. That'll be like the deliverable, but then I'll just be raising funds for like Noodle parts, like new motors and new everything, like the stuff that I've just recently bought for his new body.
Right.
Not to get the stuff, but to kind of replenish my coffers a little bit, because I don't know, like I pumped a bunch of money into Noodle over the summer.
Yeah, all those motors really depleted you, because the motors were what, $600 or something?
It
wasn't cheap.
It was like 500.
You bought like a dozen motors.
They're like two batches of 240.
Right.
So that's like.
So yeah, that kind of just wiped you out.
I don't have a lot of money at any one time anyway.
Yep.
So fuck it. But yeah, before
Patreon. So yeah. Noodle coloring book.
I could do that.
YTFP has the best idea I've seen tonight. So. And connect the dots.
I could do that. All right, I'll do Noodle.
I'll help you.
Noodle Space Adventures and a coloring book and and the Noodle mystery book where he's solving mysteries with
it's
his
like the Mars survival kit.
Yeah.
You got stuck on Mars. What do you do?
What
you
do
have a
you
coloring
do?
book and you have a dot-to-dot book
You have
and
a
you
blanket?
have a clue mystery book.
You have
And a blanket.
Christmas lights.
And Christmas lights.
And that's it.
Find an outlet.
I'm gonna do it.
You should do it.
Okay, before the next stream, I'm going to tidy up the board and then get it into a little bit better shape.
And then maybe I'll stream on Robohemian making the connector. So.
And then.
I think people can learn a little bit of Eagle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the old version that I've got.
What?
If that's okay. Of Eagle. You're gonna be.
Well, I do it in the new version. I'll stream
on my
it.
computer? You should stream it on your channel. I can like direct.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it on the new one, but then I'll export it to the version 7 Eagle.
I Spy Noodle.
I Spy Noodle. Where's Noodle?
Where's
Yes.
Noodle?
You should draw a big word.
Noodle mazes. Ooh, I need to do this. I need to do a Noodle activity book.
Yes.
It's a coloring book and mazes. And Spot the Noodle.
Yes.
Where's Noodle? Oh, I have to do this now. Everyone thinks I'm
perfect.
Like 8 years old. I like go to like artists and they're like, "What have you been working on?" I'm like, "I'm making activity called Noodle." And they're like,
I made Jello smell like cheese.
I made Jello smell like fish.
People are like, what? At DEF CON.
It smells like Omega fish oil capsules. Jello.
Adventure storytelling coloring book. Oh.
It's an adventure book.
I love the idea of just a book of color.
No, like an activity book.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
called activity books. I have
let's
make
pick one up and then see what activities and we'll
Noodle
kind of model
activity
it.
book for the ages.
Noodle t-shirt and hoodies. We can get you up on Cafe Press.
I'm gonna do a Noodle tour shirt for sure once I find out where Noodles is.
Yes.
With his nanny.
But Warren says Noodle t-shirt, so I'll show you how to set up Cafe Press.
Okay.
Because I've put a couple designs up there like 10 years ago, and I still every few months get a $10 royalty, like out of nowhere. And I haven't touched that site in 10 years. Okay. So
Mark's gonna show me how to make shirts because I've never done that.
It's
in that
really
way.
easy.
I'm gonna do a tour shirt.
Hi, James.
Hi, James. Hi. How you doing? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Wait, what is the what was Noodle's I forget.
What is what?
I was gonna do it in the style like a hairband or something, or like a Rush
shirt,
like a Rush style album from like early Rush, like 2112 style Noodle.
Yeah, you should do this design on a shirt though, since you already have the artwork. Just upload that to Cafe Press.
Is fish Jello a thing, really? I mean, I didn't.
It's not a thing, but Sarah made it a thing.
No. For DEF CON, back when I used to do the Crash and Compile distraction team, one of the things I did a couple of times was make mason jars filled with like custom smells of Jello, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I would have people sniff them while they were coding and try and guess what the scent was.
Yeah, she was going for odd smells to distract, the players.
But I would put like a nitrile glove on and then stick my fingers in the jar and then have them sniff my hand. So they weren't really sniffing the jar, they were sniffing my fingers. So like at some point I got to the fish Jello and I was like squishing the Jello in the mason jar and then pulling the hand out and like having people smell the dripping gelatin hand, and it was like fish scented, and it was like it was super fun.
Yes.
What else? There's a bunch of other bad smells too, but that was the best bad smell. The fish jar. Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna get
The James has seen recipes.
lutefisk jello.
Yeah, lutefisk.
You love lutefisk jello.
Get some lye and some fish. You're done. Wait 6 months.
No. MSG
Wait till the
fish.
dead of winter when you're starving. Now eat the lutefisk.
When you'll do anything for calories.
Yes.
It's 9:30.
It's no one thought that.
Are you gonna keep working or? Are you
I don't know.
done?
I'm gonna go probably watch a cooking show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I mean. A cooking show?
Maybe I get a Rick Steves if I'm lucky.
Rick Steves.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rick Steves.
Rick James.
Google it.
Rick Steves. Could only imagine.
Fish
Fish
jello. It's been done.
Alright, I'm gonna go with Mark and relax.
Alright.
I don't know what I'm going to do to relax because I don't watch TV like Mark does because we're weird like that.
She doesn't watch TV. I love television.
I'm gonna draw maybe?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you start one of those Where's Noodle or
I mean
a coloring book, black and white, so you don't even have to color it. You just draw a noodle and then do another noodle on another page and then publish that.
that'd be the most boring coloring book because Noodle's just white. So like
But the person coloring can make Noodle anything they want.
True. You could be like one of those kids that just
Yes.
that was me. That was that kid. Alright. I'm gonna draw.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm gonna go pass out.
Alright. We're gonna pass out? Really? It's Saturday.
No, I'm gonna
It's
shower
9:30.
and watch a television show.
I'm gonna shower and not watch a television show. See, we're really bad at this date night thing. We should go.
Horrible.
We should go out. Let's go out.
Oh, no.
Let's go dancing.
No.
Let's go like dance with me. Like
There was a meme I saw today. It's like getting old. It's like this guy goes, he goes, "Hey, want to go out?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll pick you up at 10." And she goes, "PM?" That's me. Like, what?
no.
I'm not going out at 10.
It's only 9:30. We should be getting our doot scootin' boots on, and we should be going out.
Fish jello.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's dirty. Noodle's like, what? What would you do with my feet? And he's tasting that jello. He's just putting his whole foot in the mason jar, and it's squirting out the sides. It's just a messy time. I mean,
Build it at home noodle kit.
but why can't we have a build it? Then everyone would be able to cuddle one of their own. Noodle says there can only be
There can
one.
only be one noodle.
Even though there's technically
Unless he's on tour in Europe. And
unless
then
he's touring.
He does it for the money.
Noodle's making more cocktail money. Cornflake money, I'm sorry.
Cornflake money?
Money. Yes. He's making
Yeah. Beans.
like a G6.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright guys. I'm gonna go relax with Mark on date night. Are we really not gonna go out?
Not now.
It's early.
No, it's late and I'm tired and everything hurts.
I can shake you like a baby.
No, don't shake me
Can
like
we
the
ready?
baby.
Can
No.
get you wake
No.
up.
No.
Kogi,
No.
you want to practice Japanese with me?
Not really.
We can sit together and you can watch me speak
That's
to the computer.
That's hard to actually witness.
Why?
It's awful. It's like sad. It's like, oh.
I don't know what I'm doing, so
It's somebody destroying a language. You're just like, wow.
I'm learning
That's
it.
a train wreck.
I'm learning it. I don't know it.
I know, but I don't need to witness it with you.
You can learn too.
That's a very personal thing, is to learn another language.
But you could learn it too. We could learn it
I've
together.
tried and I've given up.
Yeah.
I know about what you know now, and
Yeah.
I'm stopping there. Unless you teach me once you learn. So.
Korewa nan
All
desu
right.
ka? Okay. Fine. All right. This is the end of public date night then.
Yes, public.
The public date of the Mark and the Sarah.
The date is over.
The date is over. We're going to lay down on the couch and watch Rick Steves.
Rick
Rick
Steves.
Steves. All right.
Yeah.
I'll post updates on Wait, this is my Twitter handle. I never post this.
Oh.
It's
Stepku. Spetku.
huh. There. And then on Discord with all the other cool Discord people when they're behaving. This is where it's at. Bam. Wow. That's
there.
I'm there sometimes.
Continue the conversation.
Keep talking about good, positive,
Yeah.
uplifting things.
Yes.
And I don't know, I'll see you guys. I think the next stream that I do will probably involve the board making again. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, it might be Monday or Tuesday.
I might be able to be prodded into the Eagle, how to do a connector in Eagle. So Sarah will announce it. She'll manage it.
I'll post it on Twitter tomorrow and
Yes.
he'll make a thing.
Sounds
Right.
good.
I'll see you guys. Take care. Konbanwa.
Sayonara. Konbanwa is good evening.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Oyasaminase. Oyasaminase.
Kohio kudasai.
Which is, I think, good night.
Knows Oyasumi.
Oyasaminase.
Oyasumi.
That means, you see me?
Oyasumi.
No. Oyasaminase.
I wrote this down.
Oh my god, she wrote her Japanese down. It's Oyasaminase. No, you're saying it wrong.
Oyasumi. Oyasumi.
You sound like that one travel guy that's not Rick Steve. And he bastardizes every foreign language. Oyasaminase.
Oyasumi? Oyasumi. Oyasumi.
So desu ne.
Oh. Okay. Alright, guys. Take care. I'm gonna do language. He's gonna do Rick Steve's. Good night. Stop screaming.
Stop screaming. No.
Stop screaming.